time for chemistry. It's time to do some alchemy. I'm a true alchemist. I've been the greatest since Imhotep. Alcohol, alchemy. Words have a lot of magic in it. So let's get on with the show. The first thing we're going to need is mason jars. Mason jars, all right? And make sure you have the tops with the mason jar because you'll be covering them. Second thing you're going to need is Pinnacle vodka. Do not buy any cheap vodka. Make sure that it is not under 80 proof. Anything under 80 proof, the cultures will not do what it's supposed to do. So why Pinnacle vodka? Right, a lot of people saw me in the liquor store and said, what is Jose doing in the liquor store? Well, you have to understand that alcohol plays a major role in creating alchemy. And medicine is a part of the body of alchemy now, because this has a lot to do with chemistry. So you need your negative and your positive when it comes to your medicine. So people may say, well, don't the pharmaceuticals use alcohol? Yes, they do. But they don't use the herbal remedies, those phytochemicals that is born from the minerals, which are metals. You have good metals in the earth and bad metals in the earth. The good metals is that which gives birth to the phytochemicals inside of plants and herbs. So we're going to use herbs and alcohol to create a remedy for something that don't supposed to be in your body. So, Pinnacle. So today we're going to learn how to do tinctures using dandelion root. Dandelion root is good for high blood pressure, diabetes, and it treats cancer. It treats cancer. Elderberry, immune system. Also great for diabetes. All right. So we're going to take the dandelion root, right, and we're going to put it into the mason jar. All right. Now we have the dandelion root inside of the mason jar. Now we're going to take the vodka. We're going to pour it at least 75% of the way into the mason jar. Once you cover it up, you're going to put it in a lighted area, in a window where the sun shines, or in any area where the sunlight is shining through. And for 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to allow the herb or the dandelion root to sit in there while the alcohol, the spirits in the alcohol extract those cultures, right? So a lot of people don't understand that when you make a tinctures, they are missing the soul of it all, which is magnets. Magnets charge tincture. So you're going to set this in the windowsill where light is, and you're going to take the neodymium magnet, right, and set it under the jar. And for 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to allow the vodka or the spirits to extract the cultures. And then what it's going to do, the magnet is going to charge up these cultures. So that way, when it hits the electrons in your body, it's going to attack those foreign agents and those pathogens and viruses that don't supposed to be in your body. Next one is elderberry, right? We're going to take the elderberry and we're going to do the same thing we did with the dandelion root. We're going to dump it into the jar. And by the way, you're going to make sure that every day you come and you move it around. Don't shake it up too hard, but make sure you're moving it every day to make sure it don't stick to the bottom. All right. So back to the elderberry. Same thing with the elderberry. Now it's in the mason jar, but we're going to do half now with the elderberry instead of 75%. Half of the jar. All right. So boom. Well, you can do 75%. Depending on how strong you want it. But again, the neodymium magnet is going to charge the cultures. So it's going to enhance the benefits. So the spirits of the vodka and the spirits of the herb is going to intertwine and bond with each other. And they're going to latch onto your electrons, which is your negative charge. And they're going to tag team those viruses that don't supposed to be in your body. Right? So the same thing. Top on. Right? Screw it. Make sure it's tight. Then we're going to take another magnet, put it down at the bottom, right? And we're going to set it on top of the magnet for 4 to 6 weeks. But with the elderberry, you want to not put it inside of the sunlight. You want to put it in a dark area. You may say, well, how come you put it in a dark area? Don't the sunlight supposed to charge the cultures in it? Well, Again, neodymium magnets. You have to understand that magnets are sunlight that is trapped in. That's why melanin, which has 6 electrons, 6 protons, and 6 neutrons, is condensed light. Melanin is a magnet. It pulls in by way of photosynthesis and converts sunlight into energy. So therefore, this is why we haven't been eradicated from the earth yet, in particular black people, because we have condensed sunlight inside of our bodies. All right? Which is a magnet. So to you who may say, doesn't the alcohol mess with our kidneys? No, it's not like you're drinking cups and cups of alcohol. It is also being reconstructed. The enzymes in the alcohol is being reconstructed by the phytochemicals, which is suppressing the negative aspect or the negative charge of the alcohol, right? That's all alchemy. Alchemy means to turn a positive to a negative and a negative to a positive. So the phytochemicals, which is the magnetic elements, recharges and restructs the negative and turns it into a positive. It's all mathematics. After your 4 to 6 weeks is up, right, and your tincture is ready to be consumed, what you're going to do is you're going to buy dropper bottles, but make sure it's glass, the brown glass dropper bottles. The reason why, because glass keeps the cultures charged. It keeps the electrons proactive, so to speak. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the bottle dropper and you're going to put the drops under the tongue. Right? So about 10 drops twice a day under the tongue. That's all you need. This is what our ancestors used to do. They didn't run to hospitals. They ran to nature. Nature. They did not run to those people with white coats who worked for shadow figures who are using DNA to be able to exist under a perception that you are creating for them to be a reality, which is not a reality and is making us all sick. Love you. Peace.